Welcome to exercise 3 for the Quick Start Corridor Modelling for Rail. In this session, we are going to look at defining a new template drop. We're going to change the template drop that we placed on the corridor to a template which has a single track with wooden sleepers. So to do this, we need to do this in the 2D view. So use your element selection tool and select the corridor handle. Wait for the context sensitive toolbar to appear. Go to the properties, and where it says template name, hit the browse button, which will take you to the pick template window. And we're going to pick the single track with wooden sleepers and just OK that. And the corridor will process. It has now got a single track with wooden sleepers. If we just window in, you won't see a discernible difference between the template before and the template after. But if you can see in the 3D view, there is the texture of wood for the wooden sleepers. On this scheme, if we were to hit the fit view on view number 1, you can see that about halfway along the track, we're quite deep in cutting. And we'll just review this in the 3D view. Again, we'll hit the fit view and window to this area where we can see a deep cutting. And I'll just rotate the view so we can see this a little bit better. And what we're going to do here, we're going to place a tunnel template to remove that huge amount of earthworks if we were to leave the single track with wooden sleepers template there. So to do this, we're going to define a new template drop. So from the corridor menu, we're going to define this new template drop icon. And we need to locate the corridor. So in the 2D view, I'm just going to pick the extent of the corridor. And then from here, on the Create Template Drop window, I'm going to pick from the Pick Template window, under the option for Tunnels, Platform and Miscellaneous, we're going to pick this single track tunnel. And we're just going to go OK. And we're going to accept that. Now we need to apply this over a range. Now the range that we're going to apply it over is the range where we're in deep cutting. So the start, I'm actually physically going to type in the values of 4,050 meters as the start, accept it. And the end location is 8,300. And again, hit enter, accept it. Again, drop interval of 5. No transitions between the templates. And let the corridor process. Okay, let's use our element selection tool again. And let's have a look at this new template drop in the 3D view. So we're just going to use our window area tool. And we're going to window around where we placed the stationing for this particular template drop. And you can see there is our tunnel generated. And to review the templates that we've placed along this particular corridor, we're going to go back to the 2D view. We're going to go back to the corridors and we're going to select the Corridor Objects tool. The Corridor Objects tool tells us everything about the corridor. So I'm just going to select it, move my cursor into the view, locate the corridor, and you should see here now, here are the 3 template drops that we placed along that corridor. So we've got the first one, which was the single track with wooden sleepers that goes to station 4050. The second one is now the tunnel, which goes from 4050 to 8300. And then after that, again, we're back to the single track with wooden sleepers, which goes from 8300 all the way to the end. So we've reviewed the template drops. I'm just going to close that panel. If we window in to where the 2 templates join in the 3D view, again, I'm just going to use my window area tool, and then go back to my element selection tool. This line here is the edge of ballast line, and you can see there's a slight mismatch between the 2. So what we're going to do, we're going to adjust the line of the ballast line in our wooden sleepers template to match the tunnel template. You can see here, here's the ballast line on the wooden sleeper template, and here's the ballast line in the tunnel, and there is a difference between the 2. This line is a predefined feature line that we've generated that will allow us to move this line so it lines up with this one. To do this, we're going to use what we've something called is a point control. And the point control is located again under the corridors, but this time under edits. So here we're going to go to create a point control. Again, you need to locate your corridor. Now the start station, it's locked on the panel. Well, we don't need to do this over the whole length of the corridor. We only need to do it over the range of the feature that we're going to use. So we're going to use a starting station of 4000, an ending station of 4050. The type of control that we're generating here is a horizontal control, but we're going to give this control a description, and we're going to call it the right ballast line, and we're going to accept that control description. Now it's a horizontal control, so you need to use your up and down arrows on your keyboard to select horizontal, accept it. The control type is a linear feature, so use the control to select linear geometry. The point we're controlling is the ballast line, and you can pick it from the cross-section view. Accept the horizontal mode, linear geometry, and we're locating this ballast line in the 2D view. We're not using it as a secondary alignment. Priority we're going to leave as 1, and we're not offsetting from it. And away it'll go and process the corridor. And you'll notice that the line will now move onto that pale blue line. And you can see it there. Let's go back to the Corridor Objects tool. So element selection, Corridor Objects. Again, select your corridor and go to point control, and you'll see here, here's your point control generated from the Corridor Objects tool. And this ends exercise 3.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.